Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy RL Knuckles, aka the Entertainment Fiend, here to give you the recap of, recap of the Eagles and Chiefs game today. And Eagles got their first loss of the season at Arrowhead, and we're gonna talk about the goods and bads with this game now. Granted, I hate losing, especially being a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Losing sucks. Now, just me, being a journalist and me just, being an entertainment guy, I gotta look at the good and the bad. So we're gonna talk about the bad first. And the bad, as gonna be as no surprises, no run game once again. Now, granted, I also want to tell you guys I've actually read an article for this too, so I will post a link in the description box for you guys to look at it. Because maybe you guys just like three, maybe you guys don't like to hear my voice. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to do both. So I mean, last week I didn't do an article. I just did the audio, but now here I am doing the audio and the written stuff. So yeah, once again, the Eagles abandoned the running game, and I don't think LeGarrette Blount had like any attempts at all. And we brought him here for to be a power back. It's starting to look like the DeMarco Murray thing. Now, it's and a couple issues come into play. Is that with the running game being bad, our offensive line has not been doing good at all. And the weak part of our offensive line has to be the left side, with the center/left side with Isaac Seumalo, the left guard, and Jason Kelce. Like, his size is just not is not doing well against all these nose and defensive tackles. And he used to be a very good center. Like, I say 2013 was his best year. Other than that, though, he's just been a flag machine. Just hasn't been doing that well. And Isaac Seumalo just looked lost in that game. And it makes you look back. Dang, man, was getting rid of Alan Barber a good idea? Because he wanted more money, and I guess Eagles can understand that. But we needed the depth on our offensive line, and I didn't see Alan Barber sitting here in the probably next year. But I think he really needs to be on this team, and it just showed that the Chiefs have very good pass rushers. I mean, yeah, the Chiefs have very good pass rushers, and it really started showing towards the end of this game. But you know, we had Wentz throw the ball. I didn't put this in the article, but I didn't put it as a separate section. I put this with the no run game. Excuse me. Wentz threw the ball 46 attempts. You can't throw the ball that much. Yeah, granted, I understand LeGarrette Blount is not an every down back, but we need to attempt to run the ball more. Like, we barely ran the ball at all. Like, that's been the problem in the preseason. And now, granted, it's preseason, but they were throwing the ball a lot in the preseason. Now, granted, I know if you're down by a lot of points, you want to throw the ball, but at times, we were tied, not that far off, and they still wanted to throw the ball. And even Zach Ertz is saying, we can't be throwing the ball 40 times. We can't throw the ball 40 times. We can't do that. I just don't know what Doug Pearson is doing. Like, it does not help your quarterback out. You're saying to yourself, hey, I need to make Wentz do everything, and he can't do everything right now. He can't. Now, like I said, I know we don't have an Ezekiel Elliott, a Todd Gurley, a Le'Veon Bell, but this diverse type of running backs, we need to do something. Now, granted, Smallwood didn't have a good game this game. Darren Sproles didn't have really much of a good game. He's mainly used as a passer, but it's almost bringing flashbacks to the Dallas game last year when we had Sproles just playing everything, everywhere. But here's also the other thing with Sproles. We can't have him play a lot. He's not an every down back, especially at his size. So they need to fix that. I'm just getting tired of throw. You make us predictable, one-dimensional, and teams are gonna see that. And the fact that we're gonna be going up against the Giants next game, and they're very good at stopping the run, you really have the game plan. You really gotta think something down the stretch, man. We can't be doing this passing game for this whole entire season. Now, another thing that really made me angry was, plenty of missed tackles, poor tackling. There were just times when we saw Kansas City do a screenplay or run game where we could have easily stopped them, but we decided to. They still got the first down most of the time. They still managed to shake off the tackles. Like it'd be like maybe five tackles trying to get one guy. Three of them will miss. Two of them would just be poor tackling, and then they would just make the play. The huge thing in the game, a huge critical missed sack was when we're in the fourth quarter after the Chiefs got the interception. We could have made the Chiefs lose a lot of yards. I think they were supposed to kick the field goal anyway, but it would have been better than the touchdown. So Vinny Curry had a sack right there, and he missed it. And Alex Smith manages to run in for a first down, and kind of like seal the game after that. So that's just a thing that the Eagles need to fix. I just get tired of this poor tackling. Now, offensive line was the third priority. Clark already talked about that. Like Jason Kelce and Ashamal did not look good at all. And I think the biggest thing in this game was the turnovers. Like, turnovers always haunt you. That Sproles fumble when we were after the punt. The Chiefs retrieved the ball. Now, granted, defense stopped them from scoring a touchdown, which was good, but you can't have that. And we have a new kicker. I forgot his name. I don't know. I'll say his name in the next video, but he had a chance, to tie the game after that that play from Wentz towards like the end of the first half. It looked like it was going to be intercepted, but Zacharias managed to catch the ball and drive down and run down the field, and that was a good opportunity, do a field goal. And the sad part is, I knew he was going to miss it. I had a strong feeling that he was going to miss it. And here we go, he missed it. So that's bad. So our kicker, he needs to get better. Like you can't be missing field goals. Like you can't. You really can't. And then there are also opportunities when Torrey Smith could have caught the ball, but he messed up on that. Like it's just little mistakes that we should not be doing. Just little mistakes. And like I said, that turnover from Wentz, when the game was tied, fourth quarter, he threw the ball got batted out. People are saying, well, I don't think it's Wentz's fault. Now here's the issue with this. Yes, the O-line played bad. Yes, the running game didn't exist. But the problem is that Wentz is 6'5". He's tall. He has a history of his passes being tipped or batted down. Like he had an issue with that with against Miami in the preseason. He had an issue with that last game against the Redskins. Like this is an issue. His passes keep on getting batted, and he's a tall guy. It shouldn't be getting bad like that. I don't get it, man. That needs to be fixed. I'm sorry, but like, this is just my opinion. I do like when everyone has their own opinion. I understand that, but for me, that part of the game right there, when it's tied, yeah, all of our mistakes, yeah, I get it, but it leads us to this. We could have not closed the game. We could have, possibly win the game right there, and just that interception turned everything around. Now, granted, I'm so happy that they kept fighting, and we almost would have won that game or tied the game at least with that Hail Mary, but that failed. But they still continue to fight. But still, just situations like that we cannot be in. Like we can't be doing these mistakes, these fumbles, these bad passes, these incomplete passes, these drop catches, like missed tackles. Like, we can't be having all of that to get ourselves into that position to lose the game. So, now talk about the good news. Our defense hung in there. Their defense really did well especially in the first half. They prevented the Chiefs from scoring a touchdown. And what I was happy with Jim Schwartz was that he had the corner zone against Tyreek Hill because they knew for a fact that if they were going to do man to man against Tyreek Hill, yeah, that's not happening. We know Tyreek Hill was going to beat him, but Tyreek Hill did not have a good game at all. Kareem Hunt, they were stopping him until that excuse me, that 52-yard touchdown by Kareem Hunt, man, that definitely, turned everything around. And then Travis Kelce, him doing his thing. I think Gronk, he's the best tight end when healthy, but Travis Kelce is right there. And he showed it, man. He really showed it. But like I said, I was impressed with our defense, man. Even despite us not having any good corners, and despite us, having Watkins being hurt, McLeod being hurt, they still managed to hang in there. And that front four, it could possibly be the best in the NFL. And I guess next to Seattle. But they kept the pressure. They stopped the run and realized them until Kareem Hunt made that 152-yard touchdown. But they were getting to Alex Smith's face, man. They sacked him out like 4 times. Like this pass rush the Eagles have, man, it's really gonna help us down the road, especially when you face a good team like the Cowboys in their offensive line. This is really, really the biggest thing, the best thing that the Eagles have right now is that pass rush, man. If they keep doing this time and time again, we can possibly win this division or get a wild card spot. And Wentz had a pretty decent game, not the best game, but to play like that on the road in Arrowhead for their home opener, he threw for 333 yards. Not granted, he threw the ball a lot, so that really didn't need to happen. But to just do that in that game, the first 3 quarters, that was good. He played a decent game, so I would give him a B. Honestly, I would give him a B at best. Like I say, not the best game, but he had an okay game. Like, he still holds the ball too long, though. That's still a problem. Like, he needs to get rid of the ball faster, and he fumbles the ball too. And when when you see the line getting closer, you gotta move out the pocket. You gotta move out the pocket, man. So now, on a good note, the end of this, it's not just the front four is good. We have weapons now for Wentz. Like, trust me, last year we had Jordan Matthews, DGB, and Nelson Aguilar. It could have been bad with this team, but now we started seeing the chemistry with Wentz and Alshon developing. Alshon had 7 receptions for 92 yards and a touchdown, which almost pull back, which would have been BS. Zach Ertz has become Wentz's security blanket, so everyone was nervous for Jordan Matthews. But now with Zach Ertz, that's his new security blanket. Zach Ertz had a very good game, 5 receptions for 97 yards. So now Ertz is playing well at the start of the season, which I predicted because in Ertz's defense, he had to keep connected with a new quarterback each year. So now finally he's showing up, and I loved it, really loved it. In terms of he had a lot of missed opportunities, but like I said, this wide receiver group is a lot better than last year, and I think the chemistry is developing each game. I would love to see Torrey Smith and Alshon Jeffery and Zach Ertz all have a good game. Even Nelson Aguilar, he was nowhere to be found. He got a touchdown in garbage time, which is nice to see. But that's all right to see. But yeah, we have weapons for the receivers, but running game just needs to get going. So, anyways, a loss sucks, but Cowboys lost too. Now, Cowboys got destroyed by Denver. That running game was nowhere to be found. They got destroyed by Denver, 42-17. Denver's defense shut Ezekiel Elliott down. They made Dak frustrated. Now, the Cowboys only scored 2 touches based off Denver's mistakes, like that fumble in the first quarter, or was in the second. It was in the second quarter, like the fumble in the second quarter from Trevor Siemian, I guess Lawrence that made the tackle. The Cowboys got a touchdown. Then another touchdown was when Trevor Siemian and Demaryius Thomas were not on the same page. Demaryius Thomas just threw it right into the rookie Lewis's hands. Now, we all know that coming into the season that the Cowboys' weak point is their defense. Their defense was just getting shredded by C.J. Anderson. The running game was huge for the Denver Broncos. Now, here's also another thing that I saw coming. Now, the Cowboys secondary was very fun today. Like Chidobe Awuzie, I can't pronounce his last name, was out for the game. Nolan Carroll was out for the game. Now, first of all, the secondary was already suspect anyway. Nolan Carroll, I did not think was good. And Awuzie, he's only a rookie. Even if those guys were on the field, I still believe those guys would not be able to hang with the Denver receivers. We saw it in the first drive of the game, honestly. The first drive, Denver scored a touchdown, and that secondary couldn't keep up with the Denver receivers. I saw that, like, Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, like, possibly the two best duo receiving core in the NFL. Well, at least one of the tops, though. But the Cowboys, they wasn't even looking like they gave up on it. It really did. And now Dez Bryant did not have a good game. I mean, he got the touchdown, but Dez Bryant, he's not. He's still an elite, but like he's just not as dominant as he once was. Because now people have been saying that Dez Bryant falling off a cliff. Some of them don't even have him as top 5. Now this game, I can kind of see it because when you are a top receiver in the game, you gotta beat these DBs. Like, these DBs were beating on Bryant, man. Bryant did not have a good game. And what made it worse was that... Well, no, also, before I get into the last part, Dak threw 2 interceptions. The first interception was right through Dez's hands and, like, went into Chris Harris. That was on Dez. That wasn't on Dak, but that was an interception. But the one part that you gotta be like, wow, was that the last drive, like, it was a minute and something seconds for the Dallas Cowboys. They were going to lose this game anyway, but they needed to score the touchdown to be like, hey, let's show that we're still fighting. So they're in the red zone. Dak throws it to Dez. Akita Lee comes with the interception and gets a pick 6. Pretty much stabbing the heart through Dak. And he threw 2 interceptions that game. And I mean, that's bad enough that they did the pick 6 in garbage time. That is just bad. That is just bad. Now, I expected the Cowboys defense not to have the same type of game they had in their first season opener against the Denver Broncos. I mean, Giants offensive line is crap. They have nobody. And now this happens to go up against a legit offense. And now did the Cowboys defense get exposed? Maybe, but like I said, it's only a second game. At times it looked like they gave up on them. But the defense is just bad, man. But also gotta give a shout out to the Denver's defense, because I picked the Cowboys to win this game because I didn't think Denver was gonna be able to stop the run. I didn't think they were gonna be able to stop the run. But they shut Ezekiel Elliott down, which makes you kind of think. With the whole NFL trying to get him suspended, it's like, is that affecting his play? Is that what's affecting him right now? Because normally when you're guilty, you don't play well. It's like what Dave Chappelle said a while ago, one of his comedy skits. It's like, it's hard to be a black athlete. We all thought it was all over when Kobe was kind of, get counted for raping a girl, and Kobe was playing well, and Dave Chappelle said if Kobe Bryant wasn't playing well, it would be like, that dude's guilty. Which kind of like when you think, okay, is Zeke Elliott guilty? But Zeke Elliott just... Now, honestly, this whole Cowboys team, look like they just gave up. Like they beat themselves up bad. Like, but you really gotta give it to Denver's defense. They knew what was up. And I think a lot of people had the Cowboys winning this game due to the run game, but nowhere to be seen. Redskins beat the Rams 27-20. So now Eagles, Redskins, Cowboys are tied, and the Giants have a chance to tie with everybody if they're to win tomorrow night Monday Night Football. Now I don't know if they're gonna win that game or not, because that offensive line for the Giants is just bad. But I'll miss the first half because I'll be at work. But I'm curious to see, because now I'm saying this right now, like the Cowboys are not getting that 13-3 record. It's just gonna be a tougher division. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what people think. I mean, now if the Cowboys were to win this game, if they're to beat Denver, it would have been tough to sit. Can these other teams catch up to them? Because that would have been a huge statement win for the Cowboys. But now everyone's tied. This just seems like a different division. I don't think that Cowboys are going to run away. I mean, they should be the favorites, but I think this division is going to be a lot closer than what people think. I mean, you already have the AFC West. You know, Chiefs 2-0, Broncos 2-0, Raiders 2-0. That's a tough division. And right now you have Eagles, Redskins, and I was not to say Redskins. I meant to say Skins. I apologize. Eagles, Skins, and the Cowboys are all 1-1. So it's anybody's game in this division. And like I said, we shall see what happens with the New York Giants. Now, that's it for today. Tomorrow, I'll be, like I said, it's Monday Night Football. And then, actually, you know what? Tomorrow, I'll give, like, recaps of the games. Like I said, and then watch all the games. But I can say, like, you know, what team I expected to win, won, or which team I expected to lost, or what team I expected to win, actually lost. All that other good stuff. But, you know, it's your boy Aaron Knuckles signing off. Subscribe if you like more of these videos. Comment on what you think, you know, about my article, about this video. Just comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.